Hello, I'm 64. I recently lost 12 kilograms of fat, gained some muscle, and cured myself from type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all from home. I did not step into a gym, and no, I did not pay expensive personal trainers. If you listen to the end of this video, I'll take you step by step the system I used, because we know that if you're over 50, the fitness industry will have you believe that unless you paid expensive fees to join their gym membership, or you paid expensive personal trainers by the hour, a lot of money, that you'll not be able to reduce fat, gain some muscle, and cure yourself of any diseases. Well, you've been sold a lie, as I will explain to you step by step in this video how I did exactly the opposite of what they preach. And you'll be able to do the same. I am Bori. 18 months ago, I weighed 84 kilograms. I had 23% body fat. With that body fat percentage came metabolic diseases. I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and type 2 diabetes. Today, I am 72 kilograms and 13% body fat. And I've cured myself of all the diseases. I no longer have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or type 2 diabetes. I feel perfectly fit and healthy. In fact, I feel in my prime today like I was in my late 30s. As a result of this newfound health, I've now got a metabolic age of 48 as opposed to my actual age being 64, which has given me a perfect runway to do all the things that I could do when I was much younger. I can go cycling, I can go hiking, I can play sports. Crucially, I'm there for my partner, I'm there for my children, and I'm there for my grandchildren. This would not have happened if I did not get my fitness dialed in and then have my health back together. In this video, like I told you, I'll take you through the steps I took and you'll be able to do the same. Now, let me tell you exactly what I did. The first thing is a change in approach. For men over 50, unlike younger folks, fitness is not about six-pack, although it doesn't do any harm if you have it. It's not about looking extremely aesthetic, although if you're aesthetic, as some people tell me I am, that's still not the problem. But the primary goal is actually addressing your decline, because once you're over 50, your health will start to decline because a lot of the biology will be fighting against you. And as a result, your priority should be getting a lot of muscle on to be able to fight things like sarcopenia, which is a loss of muscle, to counter that. The other thing is to be able to have functional strength. And the whole point of it is not necessarily, as the younger people, 100% just to go and impress the opposite sex, even though it will be good for your partner as well. The primary goal is to reclaim your health, arrest the decline, and regain respect. And crucially, give your family, your partner, your children, your grandchildren, give them that runway to spend time with you. And also, quite frankly, give you the time to spend your latter years without suffering, without being in morbid conditions. Today, after regaining my health, I feel as fit as when I was in my 30s. That means I'll be there for my partner, 100%, and I'll be there for my children and grandchildren. And crucially, I'm able to live life again. This would not have happened if I did not regain my health. And this is not about just merely to grow muscles and look good, even though that becomes the consequences of, as well, as people always tell me that I look very good for my age. But the key thing is what's happening inside. In this video, I'll take you through the steps. They are as follows. The first step is you need to do a system that is not necessarily designed for younger people. You have to recognize the fact that when you're over 50, your biology and your chemistry is not the same as when you were younger, or as the younger people are. The high level steps, which I'll cover in detail in other videos, are as follows. Firstly, you have to hydrate and mineralize when you wake up. Well, what does that mean? Translation, what it means is when you wake up, you have to give your body the fluids and the hydration it needs. Now, it may sound simple, and I'll cover this in depth in another video, but this is crucially important when you wake up, because for the previous many hours you've been asleep, your body will have been using all the fluids in your system, and you wake up dehydrated, whether you feel it or not. And I'll go into a separate video at some point to talk about how you do that hydration. It's not simply drinking a small glass of water, even though that in itself is better than 90% of what people do or don't do. So that's your first step. When you wake up, you must hydrate and mineralize. The second step is you must do immediately some body exercises. Now, again, I'm not talking here about high-level calisthenics, but it could be just 2 push-ups, 5 push-ups, 10 push-ups, whatever your body can sustain at that time. Or it could be pull-ups. But you must move your body immediately. It could be squats. So that's your second step. You must do body weight exercises. The third step is you must do a bit of weight training. Now, again, I've covered this in a separate video, which I urge you to look at after this video, wherein I talk about how you construct your minimalist home gym that costs less than 1 month membership in a normal gym. So you need to do a bit of body weight exercises, and you need to do a bit of weight exercises. And that could include just a pair of dumbbells, and that could be enough, at least for the first 2 to 3 months. The next thing is you must do a bit of cardio. And again, I'm not asking you to do marathons here, but all you need to do, again, this is covered on the home gym video, which I've already put out, is to do a bit of home stationary cycle and about anything between 15 to 30 minutes. That will raise your heart rate, and that will increase your metabolism for the day. And that's absolutely crucial in keeping you healthy for the foreseeable future. But crucially, it keeps you all primed up for the next 12 to 24 hours. The next thing that you must do is movement. You must go for walks. I recommend anything between 7 to 10,000 steps every day. I crucially like to do this in the morning, fasted, after I've done the mineralize, the body weight exercise, and I've done the weight training. Then I go out for a walk. And 7 to 10,000 steps, anything between 45 minutes to 1 hour. And that will not only give you the fresh air, give you exposure to the sun if it's sunny, but it helps you burn some body fat. And it's quite effective. It does not affect any part of your weight. It just targets your body fat. And your nutrition, you must prioritize protein. Again, I've got a video that covers nutrition. But one of the biggest challenges for people over 50 is that they eat like a bird. They think a small piece of salmon and a small amount of salad will do it. No. In our bodies, to be able to create muscle, it needs the materials. And that material, as we all know, is protein. And to be able to turn it on, just to be able to do what we call muscle protein synthesis, you need a minimum threshold of leucine. To be able to do that, you need to eat reasonably higher protein than most people, than definitely younger people. Because, like I said in the video earlier, your biology is now working against you a little bit. It does not mean you cannot reverse it. It does not mean you cannot get healthy. In fact, you can be as fit and healthy as any younger person or as your younger self. You just need to recognize that you need to counter first the decline, which all older people over 50 will face anyway. So you need to arrest the decline, counter the decline, and then do more. And then you'll be able to do exactly what younger people do. After eating the protein, you also need some carbs, because without carbs, you'll not be able to fill yourself out. I mean, I experienced this. First, I did quite a lot of protein, and in fact, at some point I went keto, which meant I did not eat any carbs. I did lose weight, mostly fat as well as water weight. But then I was flat. It's only when I started to eat carbs that I gained the strength, but also I feel down. So that's quite important. Now, you must also consider the fact that you need to rest. So, in summary, you mineralize and hydrate, body weight exercise, strength training with some weights, a bit of cardio, stationary cycle, outdoor walks if you can. If not, a treadmill will do it. And then eat enough protein. If you can do this, but the crucial thing is you have to take out, before you start the protocol, you have to take out all of junk food. You must do everything based on whole foods. And you must avoid snacks in between. It doesn't matter whether they're healthy or not. So have your 3 meals, have your 4 meals, but keep it all natural, whole foods. As well as make sure you only drink water, no sugary drinks. I recommend the elimination of even zero sugar soft drinks. Just drink water. If you do this, you do not need anything fancy. You'll be able to bring down the fat. You'll be able to have body recomposition. And you'll be surprised how quickly you regain your health. I absolutely urge you to do this. But the challenge for most people, including myself at the start, is consistency and persistency. You must do this even when you do not see changes yet. In fact, you begin to see changes after the 30th day. But you must be consistent. This is why in this channel, we provide the guidance, the motivation, and the accountability to help anyone follow the system. You will need 30 days to begin to notice small changes, and definitely by the time you get to your 60th day, if you follow this system, you'll be able to see changes. Do you need major caloric deficit? Do you need to eat very little? Well, you may need it, depending on your current situation about your body fat. But quite frankly, if you eat only whole foods and you drink only water, the deficit will be implicit in that, because the satiety index of those foods always mean that you will not be overeating. Plus, the activities I've just prescribed will mean that your activity level compared to the foods you're eating would mean you'll probably be in a mild deficit. And quite frankly, that's all you need initially. Now, at some point in the future, depending on feedback and iteration, we may reduce the calories a little bit. But this is all you need to do to begin with so that you can see some progress. If you are struggling and you're over 50, or if you have got high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, I'm not a doctor, but I can tell you now, my doctors did not cure me. They did stabilize it, give credit to them by giving me medication. But to be able to reverse it, it's highly unlikely there will be a traditional medical doctor that will do it. Now, this is no advice to you to stop medication or to stop seeing your practitioners. Continue to do that. Continue to do everything they advise you to do. But you need to take your health into your own hands. You cannot outsource your health into the hands of busy professionals. If you want to know how to do this, and you want support in accountability to do this, go down this video. There is a form from a link. Complete the form and return it to me. No obligations. I do this because it saved my life, literally, and I want to be able to give back. If you fill the form, we'll get back to you and we'll see whether I will be able to help you. Your prime never ends. Let's go.